morning. It's Friday, April 14th, 11:41 p.m. I said morning, a.m. I fixed my mother her breakfast, and she didn't like it. So I was like, so I made her grits and some scrambled eggs, and she told me specifically what she didn't like about it. So I, at first she didn't tell me. I was like, let me know so I will not make the same mistake. And the thing was that the grits, the consistency wasn't what she really wanted. They were more, I thought they were thick, but she said it was too thin. I learned my lesson. You grow from this. My purpose for sharing this video today is just some of the things that I go through as a caregiver. And yesterday was very, very challenging. Again, dealing with breakfast. My mom, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, you know, if you eat, she wanted pancakes. So I told her, you know, if you have this syrup, it's going to mess you up. She's like, oh, I want it. So I fixed it, and I was really tired. But, you know, I made the pancakes, gave her the syrup within about 15 minutes. And she could barely, I felt so bad for her because she was trying to have the boo-boo. Then it was a little stuck. And the thing is that I tell her, you know, drink some water, let's eat a prune, let's do prune juice, and she won't do any of those things, and that's what causes a lot of these issues. So throughout the day, she was very irritated, and I just know, you know, I was trying to deal with that. Now on top of that, I had some so we have like this oven called the sous vide or sous vide. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we have this oven where you can buy pre-prepared meals, put it in the oven, and it can either be cooked by a certain time or you cook it right then. I love it because it helps me deal with all my other stuff and not have to worry about, you know, preparing the meal. Well, our machine had a little problem, and they're still having a problem. I've been dealing with that since yesterday. So instead of using that to cook, I did two things. One, I did order our lunch, and for dinner, I did cook that. So lunch, my mom had a burger. I ordered lunch. I actually didn't even eat it, but I did get a matcha tea latte from Dunkin' Donuts. I really should not have had that, but I wanted it. Then for dinner we did oh no, I can't remember when, but I did give my mom some chicken broth. She really likes chicken broth a lot, and I have like the bouillon, but it's bouillon that's already it's not in the squares. It's more just of a powder in a jar. So I gave her some of that, and she just sipped on that. Now for dinner, I told her I was going to make some salmon, some rice, and some green peas, which I did do. And she didn't really eat as much as I thought she would. She ate some. I ate all of mine because I didn't eat my lunch. So and I really do try to eat a well balanced diet. So she had her pancakes. I actually had oatmeal. That was for my lunch. Yesterday she had her burger. I basically didn't eat, and then I had my rice and my green peas and my salmon. So throughout the day, I drink water. Throughout the day, she drinks primarily mango juice, root beer, and Coca-Cola. That's all she drinks. Yesterday, she was like, oh my God, I realized I really do need to drink water. So we'll see what happens with that. So that was pretty much my day. And then also, for some reason, I decided to make a lot of TikToks about talking about my time when I went to Freaknic. I went to college in Atlanta, and I was there. I was in Atlanta from 1993 to 1996, and now I'm remembering where I was in 1995. So I didn't put that on my TikTok because I couldn't remember about this year. Great to have different content. So you could check my TikToks if you want to hear what I have to say, but I'll share what happened in 1995 because that was really special. So in 1995, I did not go to Freaknic. And the reason why was that one of my professors invited me to go to one of her conferences called the College Language Association. So it's primarily English professors who teach at universities across the United States. Universities are liberal arts colleges, private, public, whatever, that's what they do. And these are primarily professors of color, not necessarily black, but professors of color. So she invited me, and I don't really know why. And primarily the people who attend these conferences, it could either be people who are going into the profession or who are already in it. I had never planned to be in academia. I'm not in academia. I think I would be good, and maybe that's why she invited me, but I never had an interest in getting my master's or my PhD in English. I actually, this is interesting, and I actually don't really share this that much. I had I had lunch with Cornell West, Richard Parson, like all these bigwigs after I finished college. And I'll never forget Cornell West encouraging me to get my PhD in philosophy. At the time, I hadn't applied to law school, which I did do eventually, and I did go. But he was just like, there are not a lot of women who have their PhD in philosophy. I was just like, I'll think about it. And I looked into it, but back then, again, we did not have all this technology to like do research on programs, even what to do with a philosophy major. And I really did not want to be a teacher and write. I just didn't want to do that. I've always been an entrepreneur and also a creative instance of producing anything from film, art, and also helping. I'm really good on the administrative side and bringing a concept to light. And I just felt that I would be limited if I did go into academia, especially on the business side, because I like to make money. But other than that, that's where I was in 1995. And also too, the conference that year was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So we drove from Atlanta to Baton Rouge, and we also went to New Orleans. So I was able to get a beignet at Cafe Du Monde, if I'm pronouncing any of this correctly. And two, at the conference, I met some other, I'm a graduate of Spelman College. I met some other Spelman alumni, all women's college everywhere, alumni. And I met, Thierry at the time was a professor, I think. Anyway, I met an alumna of Spelman who was attending the University of Iowa, where I was thinking about applying, and I'll never forget to stay in touch with her. And I appreciate her advice, which I didn't take, but she's now really famous. And yes, I do stay in touch. And now I can't help you get in touch with her because she doesn't really respond to me. But even though she does know me. But she's a professor, and she's on her academic level. But I did donate to her fundraiser for creating an endowed fund at Spelman College in honor of Janetta Cole, who was the president of Spelman from 1987 to 1997. So fortunately, I was there for 4 years with Dr. Cole. She made a huge impact on everybody who was at the school. And for me, who lived on campus all 4 years, it was such an honor to be in her presence and to see her literally every day when she was on campus. And two, I was able to hang out in Reynolds College, which was the president's home, and the reason why was that I was on the tennis team, and a lot of us always were in her house. So that's how I got to know her. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.